Hi, my name is Vena. I'm originally from Rea, but I live in Nandi. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm John from Kornabuan, Papua. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks.
Bula, I'm Teopola.
Bula, I'm Makanisi.
We love listening to Today FM because it rocks in Ba.
Bula, my name is Tisa. I've been listening to Today FM.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Critical.
In the news, budget consultation nears completion. HR practitioners told to pull up their socks. And Arya Pratinidhi Sabha celebrates its centennial convention.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
The Ministry of Economy is finalizing figures for each government ministry following budget consultations held in past weeks. The Minister for Economy confirmed to FBC News they are in their last stage of consultations. Akasita Tale reports.
The first round of consultations with permanent secretaries from all government ministries have been completed. The second round of consultations is underway and is expected to be completed soon.
So we have now only about 3 or 4 ministries left in some of the independent bodies, which we hope to continue with the consultations and probably finish on Wednesday of next week. And then of course we'll then finalize the figures and then lock in the figures in the next few weeks after that.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Sugar, the Prime Minister's Office, Industry, Trade and Lands Ministry, the Ministry of Justice and the Solicitor General's Office are among those that are yet to have the budget consultation.
And then we also have the independent bodies such as the Parliament, the Human Rights Commission and various other independent commissions and bodies that will be actually finalized in the next few days.
Syed Qayyum adds they have received a huge positive response from 2 months of budget consultations held around the country. The budget consultations are expected to help the government meet its objective of driving broad-based and inclusive social and economic growth. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
Social Democratic Liberal Party leader Sitiveni Rambuka claims the Fiji First Party and certain media organizations wish to tarnish Sodelpa and opposition MP Niko Nawaikula as racist. This after racist comments were made in Parliament on Friday by Nawaikula. Rambuka says advocating for the rights of indigenous Fijians is not deemed racist. He says it would be unwise to not recognize the different and specific needs of each ethnic group in Fiji. Rambuka reassured the security of all minority religions and ethnic communities in Fiji. The role of a human resource practitioner is to ensure its staff is treated with fair judgment at all times. However, in some companies, this practice is neglected. Speaking to FBC News, Fiji Human Resource Institute President Kameli Mbatiweti pointed out this is an evolving situation. Rachel Nath has more.
Earlier this week, the role of a HR practitioner was under the spotlight in Parliament.
It is the responsibility and the challenge for every permanent secretary, every HR department to make every single civil servant feel very, very important. To make them understand that with their non-performance, it can affect the entire ministry. If the entire ministry does not perform well, it affects the service delivery.
I agree with the Honourable Minister. Yeah, I agree with him. Unfortunately, some, again, the word some, not all, some organizations have not evolved from personnel.
The Institute president says their role has changed drastically compared to previous years when they were only known as HR personnel.
In the personnel function, the personnel officer was responsible for the hiring, the payroll details, the discipline and all that stuff, and they were told what to do. They were not strategic. The human resources function now is very strategic. The human resources practitioner now has a seat at the board level. He or she has a seat at the highest level in an organization.
HR practitioners are being reminded to change their attitude towards their work and perform in the interest of their staff.
It's something that we encourage employers to try and change the way they manage their people. An ILO convention is such that it dictates that we are required to provide decent work and we should allow for a lot of consultation.
All HR practitioners have been encouraged to further drive the consultation method into their companies. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
The Arya Pratinidhi Sabha of Fiji remains committed to the education reform process of the government. This was highlighted by the organisation during their 100th annual convention in Suva today. Pranita Prakash has more.
The Arya Pratinidhi Sabha will continue to provide service to the nation through their educational institutions.
The Sabha has remained committed to its educational partnership with the government and has worked with faith and resilience to uphold educational policies of the government within the broader framework of its own, to ensure that those enrolled at the various Sabha schools are not disadvantaged.
Sabha also caters for the socially disadvantaged boys and operates a boys' centre in Samambula.
Currently, there are 6 boys at the ashram attending school at various primary and secondary levels. The ashram has capacity for 20 residents. Over the last 11 years, the Sabha has graduated from its ashram 1 doctor, 1 accountant, and an accounts department.
Chief Guest and Minister for Women, Meriseni Vuniwanga, called on parents and families to get personally involved in their children's education.
I urge our members here that while you focus on your role as school managers, office bearers, educators and leaders, you must also ensure to continue promoting the involvement of parents and families in the education of a child.
The Sabha was established in 1917 and will celebrate its centennial next year. The organization operates 15 kindergarten, 16 primary schools, 6 secondary schools and higher education institutions, a Vedic training center and the University of Fiji. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Still to come, 15-year-old sets eyes on Hollywood. And projects underway to strengthen private-public sector partnership. Details after the break.
मिर्ची FM सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मिर्ची है, हम गोल्ड टाउन तापुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची is hot in तापुआ।
Hi, we Bagels. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश तापुआ में रहता है, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची FM is very hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Working towards building a stronger private and public sector partnership is what both parties strive for. A number of incentives and initiatives have been paved, but more work is in store. Rachel Nath reports.
The government is currently working on a number of projects with the private sector to boost Fiji's economy.
Already working with Deva and his team. We met them recently in Singapore also. They are carrying out a project for us. We hope it will come to, and we've got a very strict timeline. This new PPP will actually come into fruition and be operational by February of next year.
The government has also included the input of the private sector into the 2017-2018 national budget through consultations.
We're very, very pleased with the engagement to date. Obviously, there's room for improvements with other ministries.
Most recently, the Australian government came on board to provide $19 million through the International Finance Corporation to further boost private sector growth in Fiji. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Muslims around the country have begun their month of fasting today to commemorate the first revelation of the Quran to Prophet Muhammad according to the Islamic belief. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, when Muslims abstain from food and water from dawn to dusk. Fiji Muslim League's General Secretary Syed Hussain says the new moon was not sighted on Friday, therefore Ramadan began today. The moon of fasting ends with prayers and celebrations on Eid. Meanwhile, the Fiji Human Resource Institute held its annual awards last night, with Vodafone Fiji scooping 2 major awards. Rachel Nath with this report.
The awards night catered for 3 categories, with the Young Practitioner Award going to Vodafone Fiji.
I consider myself to be a fortunate individual to be progressing my career in an organization that truly empowers people and values its staff, and also to be working under great leadership.
This is the first time the awards night was held on its own without the national convention. This is to allow the focus to be completely on the recognition.
This is the best field ever because you can make a difference in young people's life. And this is what we do. We make differences. We rise people from bottom all the way to up.
6 individuals under the Young and Senior Practitioners category and 3 organizations were awarded last night.
Organizations that are agile, it is the organizations that have the capability and the ability to adapt. These are the organizations that will persevere, and these are the organizations that will carry on delivering excellent customer service.
The FHRI Awards is aimed at acknowledging the work of those HR practitioners who draw the fair and just line. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
More than 30 contestants from the Queens, Kings and the Teens category will be part of the 61st Hibiscus Festival in Suva this year. The festival was launched at Nasese last night with the introduction of contestants from the various categories. The winning Queen contestant will represent Suva at the Miss Fiji pageant. The theme for this year's festival is climate change, telling your own narrative. The week-long pageant will take place at the Vodafone Arena from August 11th to 19th. There are no speed limitations on the road to success. This is strongly believed by 15-year-old Genesis Selina as she takes her first step towards fame. In our Successful Fijian tonight, we take a look at a trailer of Selina's journey into the film industry.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
I remember so vividly. It all started in year 7. We got a laptop. And literally the night after I got my laptop, I was really sick and I stayed home for 3 days. And I didn't really have anything else to do, so I just filmed a bunch of stuff on there. And there's this app iMovie on the laptop, and ever since then I just created little things, and then they got bigger and using special effects and stuff like that, and I really enjoyed it.
15-year-old filmmaker Genesis Selina has been recognized for her talents across the Pacific, as her first film was screened in Australia and New Zealand.
There was a lot more relaxation in it. And I think mostly because, so much work, you just want to, be more relaxed and more peaceful about it. And, yeah, I edited that myself. And then it was sent out to the Tropfest, I think. Yeah. And later found out that it was shortlisted. And that was pretty cool to hear, I guess. Not every day you hear that your film gets shortlisted.
Now, how did this all start?
Because when you generally watch other movies, you just think, wow, how did this person do this? And you get your own ideas and you want to bring them to life. And, making a movie helps that happen. So I had, ideas, a lot of ideas, and just put it onto film. And that's how my first film came up. It's a supernatural film. And that was, my biggest idea.
So how does a Year 10 student learn to balance her homework with a career in the film industry?
I have all this stuff to do, and then while filming there's that to do as well. So just kind of trying to weigh out and balance everything that I'm doing. But it's all worth it because it's filmmaking and it's what I enjoy. So.
Despite being born and raised in Australia, Selina always knew she was a Fijian at heart.
I'm always mistaken for something else. Everyone's asking, are you Tongan? Are you Samoan? Are you from New Zealand? My island of heritage is Kamba. It's Te Level. And on my other side, my grandmother's side, she's from Vatulele.
Selina has produced 2 films and is currently working on her 3rd project. She believes her strong support system has gotten her this far. Never hesitating to do what you love has always been Selina's mantra.
Literally just go for it. You don't even know what could happen. I didn't think that any of this would happen. I was just a 12-year-old kid just messing around at home with home videos and turning them into something big. So I didn't know what was going to happen. So just chase your dreams, do whatever you want. You don't really have anything to lose. Just do it if you enjoy it and if you can see yourself doing that in the future.
Selina knows this is her future and hopes one day she'll be able to make it to the big H. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Successful Fijians was brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Coming up in sports, ngara to captain Flying Fijians in June Test. And Sivoki scores Fiji's winning goal. This and more coming up.
I'm Prabhu from Nepal and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Stanley Girdler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Watraki, and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in National Life Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inaya Ali and I'm from Ba, and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from La Paz. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto, and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on
Akapu Singera will again captain the Flying Fijians in the June Test Series. Head coach John McKee says they need well-experienced players so they can progress from campaign to campaign. Melita Vanga reports.
Africa. Coach John McKee says Akapu Singera is well experienced and will be a role model to young players in the squad.
Pusi is a great leader of the Flying Fijians, both with with his effort and tactical understanding on the field, but also his off field as well.
McKee says they are very consistent in their selection.
You don't want to have guys in their first Test match campaign trying to win a game in Apia to qualify in that Oceania #1 spot. We need an experienced team, and I think the way that we want to select the teams is that we want to be consistent in our selection.
He says overseas-based players need to bring their best form from their club sides when they march into camp on Wednesday.
You can't just stick with the same team all the time, because otherwise you get to a point where suddenly you need to change a lot of your team and that means you really take a few steps backwards before you go forward again. So always in our selection we're looking at the best combinations, the players are in the best form.
The team will play Australia in Melbourne on the 10th of next month before they host Italy and Scotland. Melita Wanga, FBC Sports.
A new champion is to be crowned in the French top 14 this after Clermont defeated defending champions Leone Nakarawa and Joe Rokodokos Racing 92, 37-31 in the second semi-final this morning. Clermont led 16-6 at halftime, and here are the highlights.
On, putting out the pressure, they got numbers, they get the ball out there, that's going to be a try, it's Damien Penaud. Well, the 20-year-old burrowing through the traffic there. That's a beautiful break. Judicael Concourier. Parra gets the ball out, there's Cami Lopez in the corner, try number 2. Big Ben just had his knees on the player. Lopez goes for the try! I think he scored it. Now, I don't know if Mr. Reynal close towards the try line. Damien Chouli's there, they're all there. Etienne Fajou. Parra gets the ball out, surely they're going to score another try. Try number 4's coming, they're queuing up over there. Fritz Lee goes over, and literally it's all over for Racing. Chris Masoe gets many hugs, of course. It's the end of an era.
Clermont will face Toulon in the final on the 4th of next month, and you can watch the match live on FBC TV. The Fiji football team defeated Solomon Islands 1-0 in the international friendly at Lautoka's Churchill Park this afternoon. The visitors had the better of the chances in the first spell, but some brilliant saves from Fijian stopper Tevita Koroi saw both teams go into the break scoreless. Melita Vanga reports.
The Fijian side regrouped in the second half. Fijian defender Kulinio Sivoki scored the opener with a free kick just from outside the penalty box.
Let's see which one of the two. It'll be Sivoki that curls it. And a good one is Sivoki in the 15th minute of play.
This was coach Christophe Gamel's first win as coach of the national team after taking up the position 3 months ago.
So I know these boys, they have all these abilities, and I really congrats them. They are the hero today, the heroes.
England played Argentina in the World Cup, and
Solomon Islands defender Nelson Saleh was given the marching orders in the 58th minute after his second yellow card for a dangerous foul on Saulawanga. Despite losing to host Fiji, coach Felipe Voga impressed with the performance delivered by the Islanders.
How the players respond, I see how
they try to play together, how they play with adversity, one player down, so everything is positive.
Fiji now prepares for the World Cup Stage 3 qualifier against New Caledonia on the 7th of next month. The match will be played at Lautoka's Churchill Park at 4 p.m. Melita Wanga, FBC Sports.
The Nandi rugby team will now focus on their next game against Maduwata in the 5th round of the Skipper Cup competition. The Jet Setters defeated Malolo 27-18 in a bonus point win yesterday after scoring 4 tries. The captain says they are making progress and he is proud of the team's performance.
They have a big guy because we want to make them tired and want to thank the boys. We stick to our game plan, but there were a few errors we did, but we want to thank the boys that they kept the momentum and they kept the cool until the last week.
National School Swimming Association President Patrick Bauer says they will be looking to extend their swimming development programs to the maritime schools in the near future. Bauer stressed not having swimming pools should not be an excuse for conducting swimming development and water safety programs. He says much could be done, but in a controlled and monitored situation, and the message should really be pushed to every corner of Fiji.
Swimming becomes an integral part of every child's education, and we would love it for the day that the North can come. Lambasa has a fully functional swimming pool. Lautoka doesn't have a fully 50-meter pool. They have a 25-meter pool, but they really need to train in a proper-sized pool. But they're still producing great swimmers in Nandi, and we can extend it to Ba.
Meanwhile, Swami Vivekananda College won the Fiji National School Swimming Championships, which ended last night at Damodar Aquatic Centre. SVC bagged 28 gold, 12 silver and 10 bronze medals. International School Suva finished in second place with 18 gold, 15 silver and 4 bronze, followed by Maris Brothers High School with 15 gold, 16 silver and 8 bronze medals. Natambua rounds up top 5 with 7 gold. Fijian-born Setereki Tamanivalu and Manasa Mataele scored a try each to help the Crusaders defeat Marika Korembete's Rebels 41-19 last night. Crusaders, who remains unbeaten, led 31-7 at halftime. Waisakin Naholo's Highlanders overcame a halftime deficit to thrash the New South Wales Waratahs 44-28 last night and register a 9th-straight Super Rugby victory. The 2015 champions trailed the 2014 winners by 1 point at halftime, but aided in part by a yellow card, ran in 5 tries with some breathtaking rugby in the second half for a comfortable victory. Meanwhile, Cheetahs thrashed Sunwolves 47-7 while Brumbies beat the Jaguars 39-15. Well, fine weather was experienced over most places around the country today. It was mostly fine in Nandi, Lautoka and Sigatoka with 29 degrees. Ba was the hottest today at 32 degrees. It was also sunny and fine in the capital, recording 29 degrees. Now in the Northern Division, Lambasa was humid at 32 degrees. Savu was the coolest again today at 28 degrees. At sea, southeasterly winds 15 to 20 knots and moderate to rough seas. The next low tide is at 1:56 a.m. with the high tide at 8:09 tomorrow morning. You can expect fine weather in all centres, with Suva expected to be much cooler tomorrow. Now, for the further outlook, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas are expected. It will be fine apart from brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Recapping our main stories tonight, budget consultation nears completion. HR practitioners around the country have been told to pull up their socks. And the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha celebrates their centennial convention in Suva today. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Top poll question: should plastic bag usage be banned in Fiji? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can always send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. Until next time, good night.
te vitarokuta mai kono kulan rasa lutoka do ba talita kana forong na Radio Fiji One.
Bulan na rango fina mai korviri nandi au talita kana forong na Radio Fiji One na programa ni mas-masu na mataklailai.
Oya ochone kurinambila mai Bunangoru na makete hinga toka kwe do talita kini na forong na Radio Fiji One kini na domo ibiti.
Na Radio Fiji One na domo ibiti na vonga ni BNN.